Hello there, and welcome to another ship replay. My name is Mitchell the Slag, and today you've got me in the Warspite. This was right at the end of the night of playing, 10-11 o'clock. As you can tell, the matchmaker has struggled a wee bit in getting a good set. So yeah, they got the premium Nelson, but we have the premium Atlanta. I'd say they've got the slight advantage to us. So, sent the bottom plane up, opening salvo, just sent one shell up just to see if I gauged distance correctly. Sure enough, got a couple of hits at that range. I'm quite happy. Fired the other turret off and start swinging the ship around to get the back guns into position. And sure enough, those other shots completely miss. But hello, we've got a Koenig who's showing a beautiful broadside. Now he's doing a division mates with that Texas and another further ship, and they will be working together quite a lot in this game. And overshoot that time. I don't just love playing battleships. And then we send moving onwards. And the map distribution is quite interesting actually. The enemy are being far more aggressive than we are. We are pushing forward, but we're certainly not, shall I say, holding back. We're sort of on the ridge line to try and take it, but they're certainly pushing this east flank where Seacap is and pushing us away. And this is when I start realising that I'm getting focus fired by the enemy. I've got two ships firing at me at the moment, and I've overextended a little bit too much. I start taking a few hits, so I push forward to try and put bow on to the rest of the enemy, and there are 4, 5, 6 ships are actually firing at me. This is a bad play by myself really, because I shouldn't have got myself into a position to be the furthest one ahead. I should be least supported by other vessels, but this is what we got, and I stopped firing, and unfortunately I'm still spotted, so I need to fire at something. The Nelson there is probably arguably the most dangerous ship on their side. There's my spot plane flying in, good old Walrus. I have another little story about the Walrus a bit later on when we have a bit of quiet time. Yeah, I'm slowly getting peppered, slowly getting peppered. Oh, come on. Nice beautiful broadside, starting to cap C. Nice hit, excellent. We need to try and keep that, deny that cap to the enemy. And give us a little bit of time. But you can see that group, the Texas and that Koenig, are really forcing that corner. They're going for it. But they're also showing a beautiful broadside, and this Koenig is just sailing in a beautiful straight line. First time out, look at that dispersion, almost in one line, those 2 shells, 4 shells. Sure enough, 4 hits, 4 Trancher hits, and he's down to almost like half health with that single salvo. No citadels, probably the turtleback armors caused that, but they're also pretty tough. But again, another 3 hits. He's still sailing in a straight line. But they are forcing us back, and that's the important thing to remember here. They are still pushing us back, and nobody's got any caps at the moment. So although it looks stupid, it's serving a very good purpose, because all of us, apart from our friendly Koenig there, are actually going backwards. We're heading back towards the island, and there's only 3 of our ships over this corner, so they outnumber us. But come on, I just really wanted the citadel. Look at it, it's beautiful. Another 4 shells out. Someone's got a fire on him, he's not repairing it. Another overpen. God, come on. Another set. I realised that I might get in front of an island soon. I'm going back behind his island. Another penetrating hit. So I deliberately try and slow down a little bit here. See if I can actually get another salvo before I disappear behind that island. Look at that. Brilliant. Oh, perfect dispersion. Got to change targets. Have a look. Oh yes. Oh yes. And bounced an overpen. Thanks RNG Jesus. Thank you a bunch. Here they've killed the cruiser, which is a bit to my northwest. And so there's only 2 ships fighting here. And that Koenig is way too far forward. He's got himself out of position now because he's been target fixated on that the enemy Koenig. And there you are. It's like 3, 4, 5 ships are actually focusing fire on him. Even though he's full health, he cannot take this sort of pounding for long. And he's got, because of his position, he's going to have to show his broadside to at least 2 or 3 individual ships. And there's the Nelson. Yeah. I don't fancy his chances. He's just going to go for it. And I don't blame him either. He has got to go for this strike. And the Nelson has just waited till he turns broadside and given him an absolute pasting at short range. This is going to hurt. Bouncing. There's not much I can do to help my friend here. Not much I can do at all. A couple of opens. Sure enough, Koenig's down. The enemy of Cap B, our C flank on this edge has completely dissolved now. And there's not a lot we can do. And now I'm going to be the centre of attention for all those ships on the horizon there. So, DT is better fast for Valor. So I decide to pull back. Keep pulling back to actually try and get myself far enough away so we can potentially come out a different way. And there you have it. More shooting at me. Up to 6. There's only 8 people on the other side. Oh, the life and times of a battleship player. I say, I was talking about the Walrus, yes. British float plane, spotter plane, and it's typically incredibly out of date, to be honest. The Walrus was a float plane born pre-war vintage, and we just kept it. Ooh, that hurt. And so, like most things Britain do, they'd never like to throw things away. And so when they're not used for frontline service, they're used for other services, other uses. And during the war, they were used as a air sea rescue for the Channel in particular. They can, they can land on the water, pick pilots up, and take them back. Not bad use, really. Unfortunately, when the Americans started coming over, they were a little bit burly and bigger than their British counterparts. And there was a wonderful incident where the... Oh, gotta stop for a minute there. Beautiful. Come on, come on. Only fired 2 shells, 1 citadel. That'll do. That'll do nicely. Other side out, another good dispersion. Let's see what we can do this time. I'm minimal health still. And another citadel. Fantastic. Phew, but I am on minuscules of health here, and the odds aren't in our favour at the moment. So yes, of course, when the American pilots started flying as well, they sometimes had to crash land, and a Walrus picked up an entirety of a B-17 crew. 5 to 7 blokes in full weather gear, full everything you think, very, very heavy, to the point where the Walrus, dinky little plane, couldn't take off. So they had to taxi for 2 hours all the way back to Southampton. I don't even know how they fitted, frankly. Anyway, so again, as soon as I'm firing at the moment, I'm getting focus fire because I'm probably the lowest health and the closest ship to the enemy at the moment, because the rest of our friendlies are right in the corner of the map or right to the far west. So our positioning is not great at all. And I literally say, have a breather, time to have a breather. And it was Bismarck, who was sailing in a cruiser, who said regroup. And we decided to regroup at our only cap we actually have, which is at A. Because that way we've got plenty of islands behind. Because if you notice the disposition of our forces, we have more cruisers, more destroyers, and fewer battleships. The enemy have only battleships and a single cruiser left now, who is dodging like a boss at the moment. So they can take a lot more damage than we can, and they've got bigger caliber guns. So we've got to play pretty savvy here. As soon as I fire, everybody wants to have a pop at me. 5 people are firing at me. There's only 5 ships available. take the fire out as soon as possible. So I really do not want to burn. And sure enough, that's that Le Boutin, the French cruiser, who has dodged those torpedoes, is showing a beautiful broadside. And we need to open up to actually get him. Oh look, Koenig has just wandered straight into that broadside from the T-22. Fantastic. And we now killed the cruiser there, so it swung right back in our favour for the time being. We're now 6 ships to their 3. So even though they've got the points cap advantage, we are ahead on points by about 100. But this is the point where people, it's tired, it's late at night, and I think people's decision making goes out the window a touch, because all we need to do now is regroup and let them come at us one at a time for us to actually just sink them. That's not what happens. Oh dear. So you got New Mexico in the top left there. We just lost Miyoko. That's now 5-3. There's that Texas again, who's brought himself back round. And we have Atlanta on our right, who's just coming round there. It starts opening up on the Texas. Never beat a bit of HE spam there. And against a battleship, it's absolutely perfectly valid. New Mexico's low health to our left there, being chased down by a battleship and a cruiser. Clearly the Texas is now on fire. Fire out. And somehow they two kill each other, so it's now 4-2. The points advantage has evened up because we lost, has evened up. They now hold the key because all the enemy now have to do is hide, because we just probably won't be able to get to their caps in time. Particularly the Atlanta players decide to YOLO here. And although it's a 2-tier difference, the Texas is a dangerous ship. Dangerous, particularly at close quarters when those 12-14 inch guns will really hurt. Yep. And sure enough, close, and they kill each other. And we got full health Nelson. Tier 7 premium British battleship. Oh dear. But he's showing a beautiful broadside. That destroyer has kept him spotted. Come on. Come on, guns. Turn, damn ya. Turn! And salvo's out. Nice dispersion. 2 citadels. Brought him down to half health. Excellent. Torpedoes coming in from the T-22. Come on, make sure these connect. One connects. He's now through a third health left. But I'm only half health. And he's got a lot of guns. More than my good old 8. He's found focusing me down because I'm showing a beautiful broadside. I have to turn away. He fires his AP. They connect. They don't do that much damage. This is when I over rotate with my guns and miss the chance of shot, so I only get one salvo out, one turret out. Hit another citadel, but it's getting very close now because if he can kill me, he can probably kill the T-22 and then win by just capping all 3 points because we're too far away. I'm waiting for the guns to turn around. Come on! Come on! Salvo out! Ah, God damn it! Andrew, that was rubbish. His sails are coming. Just, oh, I survived that one. But these two, they're looking good. His sails in the air, mine up, and yes! Get him! Got him. A nice bit of clutch shooting there to get us the win. Overall, not bad, really. Great experience, 1,800 base. And there's magic damage. Wow. I hope you enjoy that, folks. I'll see you all on the next one. Goodbye.